This is a sad story, concerning the life and death of Miss Polly Peach, born of poor parents in Victorian England. She had 15 brothers and sisters and they slept 8 to a bed. Boys to the right and girls to the left. Polly never went to school, but her mother and father did the best they could to instill a sense of right and wrong in their daughter. Stealing is bad, said her dad. And working is good, said her mum. But working for a boss who is stealing from you is bad, said her dad. So you mind that don't happen to you. You fight for what's yours, said her mum. A fair wage for a fair day's work, said her dad. And it was the type of chat that Polly Peach listened to every night before she went to bed. On her 8th birthday she went out to work. The family needed her money, because her father had lost his job at the steel mill when they brought in them newfangled machines. There had been no money in the house for weeks, apart from the threepence halfpenny that her mother got for taking in washing. So Polly sneaked out, without telling a soul, and found a job as a matchstick girl, selling boxes of matches at the factory gates and down in the market square, where she stood on the foot of the statue of William Pitt so people could see her. And she sold well. On her first day, the owner of the matchstick shop congratulated her for selling 20 boxes of matches and paid her 2pence. Polly was delighted and rushed home to her parents to present them with the money. You're a good girl, said her dad. One of God's own, wept her mum. But mind you're not stitched up like a haggis, reminded her dad. And Polly remembered this every day for a week, when the owner of the matchstick shop paid her 2pence for every 20 boxes of matches that she sold. But one day, the owner changed the rules. Today, he said, I'm paying a penny for 20. Why? Asked Polly. Am I not still working as hard as before? Because I say so, said the owner of the matchstick shop. And there's not a diddly squid you can do about it. Besides, the wife and I want a holiday in Blackpool, and we need every penny we can get. But that's not fair, argued Polly. My family needs that penny too. If you're not happy with the job, sneered the owner, imperiously, you know what you can do. I do indeed, said the little girl, remembering what her parents had taught her about standing up for her rights. I shall strike. If only she'd known. If only poor, ignorant, dirty Polly Peach had known that the one thing a matchstick girl should never ever do is strike. For no sooner had she uttered her threat, than there was a flash of phosphorescence and her head burst into flames. Before she could move, she was all fizzled out. Just a thin, black, smoking stick with eyebrows. The owner of the matchstick shop used Miss Polly Peach to winkle out the rough shag from his clap pipe, tossed her casually into an ashtray and went off to Blackpool for a fortnight with his wife, where, it grieves me to say, he had a most pleasing and restful vacation.